Hello, everyone, and good morning, Kim.
Morning, Joe. Morning, everybody. Do you know what today is?
I do.
Today is 100 days of Dailies, you guys.
So cool.
Do you remember all of them, Jill?
Oh, no.
No. Wow.
It's so much. It's so wonderful. Oh.
Yep. So, wow, okay. This is part of the message. Thank you. With that being said, how many of you remember your past, let's just say 4 months? How many of you remember your past 4 months? How many of you realize where you were in 4 months to where you are now and seeing the progress? Wow. But that you made. Wow, in the last 4 months. You're like, you're not the same person that you were 4 months ago. Like, and they're clapping, they're applauding. They're even pointing at us, Jill. So, woo-hoo. We get included.
Yay!
It's a lot of commitment that you have been giving yourself permission to actually just be. Just taking time to take deep breaths, to do little writing little notes to yourself. I'm seeing Post-it notes and seeing a little love letters that we had to do. I'm seeing just sitting there in a chair. I'm looking off into the woods and looking at the animal life and then the plant life. All these little things that they've encouraged you to look into. That was all about looking at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're still not there where you want to be, that's okay. You're like, look at your progress, what you made. A lot of you are not paying attention to where you are to where you are, where you were to where you are now. You're like, you need to give yourself a pat on the back. You need to appreciate everything that you are doing. You're not giving yourself enough credit. Wow. Vic, you're amazing. And to stay with Kim and Jill for 100 days is amazing. Oh, they're funny.
Yeah. Our early adapters, I'd call them, are the ones who had access to the earliest dailies, because initially they were behind a paywall, if you will, and they still are at the moment. And we'll have to decide what we'd like to do with that at some point, Kim. But
yeah.
Then we decided that there's such a sweet message. There's such a sweet, simple practice that is so powerful, though, too. Like Kim and I, we could go on and on, which we won't today, but could go on and on about the changes and the positive effects of just taking these few minutes to start our day, to tune in and get this sweet message and then have it float back up throughout the day. And sometimes by the end of the night, I'm like, my day's been so busy, you say, what, do you remember the last 4 months? It's like, yeah, the highlights, but certainly not the granular details, because sometimes at the end of a day, I can't even remember all of the granular details of my day because there's been so many things, right? Like, it's astonishing sometimes how much we can do in a day, much less a month, multiple months.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to, sit there and just go, what was that message? And then all of a sudden it, floats back into my head, and I get a smile. So I just hope everyone who tunes in every time, whenever, that the day it's delivered, the message is delivered, or another time that you just get the sweetest, sweetest blessing from it. Yeah, and so much more.
Exactly. We hope you recognize your own changes within yourself.
And your own value, and not being so hard on yourself. You're doing your very, very, very best, and even on the days that aren't good ones, which we all have, right, Kim?
Yep. We do.
You got to get done and go, I did my best. Even when we're covered in muck.
Uh-huh. Lots of yawns this morning on this message. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
For those
great.
of you that might be new, Kim, what does lots of yawns mean?
Yawning is a sign of release. It's energy, movement flowing. It's a very positive sign. It's not that I'm tired or bored, anything like that. It is movement. It is a release.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
So I'd say spend a few minutes today giving yourself some credit. Pick out those changes. A lot of times the biggest changes, quite honestly, are subtle.
Yep.
Because they've been, you shifted something, and the subtleness is that, the big party was it shifted. The subtleness is you've remained shifted over 4 months. And then we forget, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I shifted that thing in me that I wanted to. Yay, a day of celebration.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I am open to see or hear or engage with you at some point along our journey.
Absolutely. And thank you, Kim. Yay to 100.
Woo-hoo!